What's up, guys? So, yeah, here we are. As you can see, I got pulled over by the police. They pulled me over because of the tint on my windows on my car. So, I didn't quite understand what the heck was going on. I had had this car for 4 years, never had any problems. I've had state cops come up behind me, beside me, past me. Nobody has ever pulled me over. Um, but on this particular day, um, the officer had explained that they're cracking down on people that have their windows tinted to the point where they cannot see the person inside the car. I hadn't realized that my windows were that dark. Um, so I still have to go to court over this whole thing. Okay, I basically I have to go to court and prove that I had removed the tint from my windows, and so there you go. There you go. I got to prove that I removed the tint from my two front side windows. And he said he would look at it at the court. And if he's seen, yes, that I had done this, then he would just go ahead and he would excuse it. But I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be paying out something. He did not tell me what the fine was. He said that I would be receiving something in 10 days, and which I thought was rather odd that I didn't receive anything the day of. I'm hoping that this is something that just gets kind of blown off. Um, but I went ahead and I removed the tint from my windows, which is not hard to do. If any of you guys, out there know how to remove tint, it's really not that difficult. You can actually just take it right off your windows. Um, This was the first time, guys, that I had been pulled over by the police since I was a teenager. And when I was a teenager, I had bad tags on the back of my car, which was on my plate, and I got pulled over for that. Um, but other than that, uh, good and abiding citizen, I'm going to say. Haven't or will not ever cause any problems. I understood where he was coming from. Those guys, put their life on the line every day, and it's true. If they can't see who's inside the car, he explained to me that they have pulled people over, and they've actually had guns drawn to the officer inside the car, and they could not see it. So, yeah, that's pretty dangerous. So I understand 100% where he's coming from. Um, Coming up here, I do have a video where I show you guys, me taking the tint off the windows. I don't know what happened to this video, guys. This video is small. I don't know why it's like that. I tried fixing it. Maybe one evens out there can give me some pointers as to how I can make this full screen, but I tried all I could and I could not get this to go. So the video is coming up here. This was the next day after being pulled over. Um, this is me basically removing the tint from my two front windows. And it's really not a difficult thing. You get a blade and you get some window wash, and you're going to have a sticky film on the other side once you remove that, which you'll have to, I just took the blade and I scraped all that out. You just have to make sure that your window is, fully, you fully saturate the window with window cleaner. You don't want to scratch your window. But as you can see, I'm pulling it right off without any issues, which, was a bummer. It was kind of a bummer because I I really enjoyed having the tint. You know, it really helps in the summertime with the sun rays coming through, and I have noticed already a big difference with the car heating up inside. Like I said, I bought the car this way. I explained to the officer that, you know, I bought the car 4 years ago. This is at the dealership that I used to work at, which was Audi. I used to work for an Audi dealership, and I bought the car there. And I personally think that if a dealership is selling a car on their lot that has illegal tinted windows, illegal tinted anything, they're the ones should be responsible for removing that. Because you're putting somebody in a car that's not legal for the road, obviously. Um, so I'm holding this piece up and I'm trying to show you, you know, the difference. I guess it was pretty dark, I guess, but I had a coworker that had actually pulled up next to me at a signal light, and he said I knew it was you. He said, but I honestly I could not see you in the car. So I don't know, guys. I didn't believe that my windows were totally blackened out. They're not totally blackened out, but you know, whatever. Like I said, the tint pulls right off. You just basically got to spray the window down. You got to scrape all that adhesive off that was left on the window. What I had experienced after this was the wife and I, in fact, it was Memorial Day. We were at Ohio Pal State Park, and I noticed that the window was moving very slowly. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. Now the window's not going to go up, not going to come down. But it seemed to have worked its way to the point to where it should be. So you just keep spraying it down until you can get that all that adhesive off. Here I'm starting the other window on the other side, doing the same thing, same process. I just, if you can't get it with your nail to start it, then I took the blade and I put a little slice in it to try to get it off of there. Now the officer was telling me, he says, well, you know, you remove the tint from the two front side windows, I'll be fine with that. You can leave the two back windows and the rear window, you can leave that all tinted. But we always want to know and see who the driver is. And, you know, it didn't make any sense to me because, well, somebody could be pointing a gun at you in the back seat and you not still not know it. But he was pretty cool about it. He wasn't being tough about it or anything. He was really nice, just explaining how they're cracking down on people that have all their windows tinted. And in fact, I've had two different people told me that they've seen it on our local news where they were talking about this, stopping people and having them remove the tent. And there's some officers that actually will make you remove the tent while they're standing there. Um, so that wasn't the case here. He's telling me I have to either just pay the fine or show up in court. I didn't want to pay the fine because I bought the car this way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how much the fine is, um, but you know, I'll receive this in the mail, um, and not exactly sure how I'm going to approach this. I don't know if I'm going to just go ahead and use just pay the fine and let it go, or show up in court and say, here, you know, it's been done. If I show up in court, I'm not exactly sure, but I think I will have to have court. I will have to pay for court costs, and so it might be best for me just to pay the fine and be done with it. I had already removed it, as you can see, so I'm not worried about if I was to get pulled over again. You know, I guess that's really what it is, guys. They're just more concerned about being able to see who's driving the car. And the crazy thing about this, guys, is the state trooper was behind me at first, and then he came up beside us, okay, and he took off. Like, I wasn't even thinking of anything, and he like got way up ahead of us. Now there was a lot of traffic at this point, there was like lines of traffic, and he jumped over into the right lane into the slower traffic. Okay, so I went ahead, jumped back into the fast lane, and was passing him. And when I passed him, that's when he came up behind us and hit his lights. And I think it was because I had my window down on the driver's side, or Nita had her window up. And I think he's seen that how dark the window was, and that's when he pulled us over. So if we both would have had our windows down, chances are that probably would have never happened. So it is what it is. I don't want to be breaking laws, and I don't give these guys a hard time because they help me out when I'm at work, and they're just doing their job. That's all they're doing. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of adhesive on the window that has to be removed. The most important part of doing this is making sure the window is completely saturated with window wash or whatever you want to use, and so that you're able to get all that adhesive off easily. If you try to do it dry, yeah, you'll just have a mess. It'll be all over the place. By wetting it down, it kind of bunches everything up together as you scrape. Yeah, you can see a lot. There's a lot of adhesive on there that I had to remove. So if you're in Pennsylvania and all your windows are darkened out, just beware. They are cracking down on that. And it's different. It's really different at this point driving a car with not having any tint on the two front windows. But you can live with it. You know what I mean? But they are cracking down on it. I don't know how much the fine is for this. Somebody told me it's $25. Somebody said it was 50. Um, I'm not even sure, but I don't want to pay the fine, pay for court costs. I don't want to go that route. So if I can do away with just paying the fine and be done with it, then that's the way I'm going to go. I'm not even going to show up in court. It was a sad, sad day. It was a sad day that I had to remove my tint. I explained to the officer that, this was, I had no idea that it was illegal. I didn't know. Um, he told me that if it was factory, that it would be legal because they have to follow the guidelines for tinted windows, I guess. But he said you can clearly see that this is aftermarket stuff. And so there it is, guys. I was having to take it all off, and yeah, it's kind of bum deal. Is what it is. Pretty good at cleaning that window, though, ain't I? I did this, guys, for 12 and a half years, detailing cars, and I got to tell you that I don't miss it. I don't miss cleaning cars at all. So that's pretty much it, guys, on this video. Like I said, excuse the video itself. I know it's small. I don't know what happened there. Tried to fix it, couldn't get it to blow up full screen. So it is what it is on this one. So keep it real.